for the class of 1923 arena. We are here as the United States Naval Academy gets ready to take on your Drexel Dragons. I'm Dan Conard. I'll have the call this evening. These two teams met last night. It was a strong start for the Navy, scoring 3 goals in the first period of play. Drexel coming up empty that opening period, but they went on to win the game with a final score of 4-3. Navy unfortunately unable to capitalize in the next 2 periods, but it was a fortunate event for the Dragons as they were able to do so. We'll take it out to center ice now for the ceremonial puck drop. It'll be Nate Schmidt in net tonight for the Naval Academy, and on the flip side it'll be senior Shane O'Brien. O'Brien from Boston, Massachusetts. He is a supply chain management major. Be the third line out there to start for Drexel in this opening faceoff. Barrett in center. Let's see on the left and here we go. Drexel takes control to move up in the wing. Goes back behind the net now over to the far side. Got it right back at the blue line. It will be kept in momentarily. Now put back to the near boards. Back behind the net it goes. Now up to the near side. Poke back down to the blue line and down into the goaltender, so to push him aside and gathering there will be Hoover with it, and then Hoover flips it out to center ice, so it goes all the way down for an icing call. Face off to the right of the goaltenders. Skittered back out in front and all the way across as nobody was home there for the Navy. Battle along the boards there is Lazine. Lazine able to poke it out momentarily. Hook gain control right there at the hash mark and give it off to Barrett. Barrett sends it across and now is Drexel. Tries to poke it out through center and it's going to go down into the far corner. Maybe you can get it back behind the net. They push it up to the near side. There's Cho with it. Cho dances back out through center, but then it is dished off onto a Drexel stick. Moving up with it now is Birkin. Birkin has it. He tries to send it across. It's back down in front, but Harris gains control. Harris takes it back behind the net over to the far side. They'll send it back out to the point. There's a shot that'll go into the net, but it'll be blocked aside into the near corner. So it's offside. Will allow Navy to push back up with it. And it'll be sent ahead now to the near boards to Milanetti. And Milanetti over a shot that goes on the goal, but it's kicked aside there by O'Brien. Back out in front again. This one off the glove and banks off the glass. Around on the near boards now. Gathering with it is Reed. Reed dishes it in further around as Navy goes off on a change. This one flipped back out to the blue line. It's kept in there and pushed back in the near corner. Going back for Giovanni. And Giovanni just pushes it out casually as Navy will look to give him trouble. They thought about changing, but it's sent back in now, so both men will stay out on the ice. They're ready to go. This one's in the near corner. Gathering the things on the pass back out to the point. And now it's brought back out to center by Castor. Castor dishes it in deep as his team goes off on a change. And this one sent over now to the far side, kept in at the blue line. No, says the linesman, at the far side. And then eventually it's flipped in on goal, but easy pad save for O'Brien. Drexel had a slow start last night. They're hoping to change that here tonight. It's in the Navy zone, shot on goal. And that is that was extra pushing and shoving at the end. It's 16:57 to go here in this first period. One shot each on goal for both teams. Drexel scoring their goals in the second and third. One in the second, three in the third. And it was 3 goals allowed by Drexel in that first period to give Navy a 3-0 lead. Here we go now. Navy wins the face-off, but then they fall down to a knee. Drexel is not ready for that. And it was going to be dished back out to center and down. This one kicked aside into the corner. Getting a handle on the puck there is Kozitsky, and Kozitsky takes it off. He's going to play it in. It's a 2-on-1, but a nice slide there by Markel to keep the Drexel Dragons out of the net. So push back down, try to center back out in front, but Navy's going to be forced back behind the net with it. It is on the stick there, Adams. Adams sends it out to the point. This one ricochets wide off the stick of Spreeder. And it is held in there at the far side. Navy defense run off for a change. Gathering back behind the net now is McGinley. And Patrick McGinley will move up with it. This one giving up down at center is on the stick of Lawlin. Lawlin looking for some help. Will just slide all the way across. Nobody home. But eventually getting there was Ostrowski. And he's able to push it in further. And we have a stoppage in play. That one hitting something along the way, and will bring the face-off back out to the blue line. Face-off won here by Drexel. Gathering with it is Bell. Bell will take his time, move up, but it ricochets off the stick, and now Navy has as they go back the other way. It's on the stick of Lawlin. Lawlin checked off, but not before he gave the puck off there to Aon, and Aon just fanned it high and wide. Gathering long now out through center right, send it in deep as Naval. Naval will get chased over the near side as his team went off on a change. Puck sent back over to the far boards now and gathered along and tipped out to center. Burkham pushes it along. Unable to keep it in at the blue line there was Drexel. He'll push back up with it. It is just them, and the goaltender now is shy of rebound and broke the side. That one off to Ostrowski. It's still in danger. Put back up to the blue line in center now. And what a save by O'Brien. Put center cross now. Poke the head flip. That one goes wide off the glass. Rebound blocked out in front there by Drexel, and then it's put back into the corner. Well, blocked by Black, and now trying to get a handle. It was Genovese, but this one's going to be sent across now to Martial, and then Martial will send this one wide, and then it's kept in there on the far side. Drexel looking to get this puck out of their zone. They're needing a change right now. There's some tired players out there. 14-20 to go. This one in the corner, backhanded it along now to Spreeder. And Spreeder's just trying to push it back around the boards over to the far side. Check that was Black with the puck. Some backhanded along. It's Zine pushes it near the back and over with it. This one just chopped up in the air out in center. Black giving chase to it, but it's Davey that's going to get there first. It's on the stick of Zimmerman. Zimmerman tries to poke it back along. Shovel back in this near corner. We see Castor come in grab it. Third passes it up, and Drexel will focus on out through center. They're going to give chase. They're going to continue to go. Going to stick to Harris, but then Harris has it poked away from him, and it comes up in the near corner. And back along the side it goes. Back behind the net, and then over to the far point as a shot. Bonnie sent that one towards the net and it found its way in the back, and it becomes a 1-0 game with Drexel on top. A quick sent back to the point and a shot going off, and it's a 1-0 Drexel. Drexel having trouble getting something started in the first period last night, and after a tired shift, they were able to send that puck down instead of going off on a change. They able to gather it along. Bonnie with it now. He's still out there on the ice. He'll send it across. And this one dished back out in center where Navy's able to grab and then push it ahead along. And this one was taken out, then back in. So offsides call. Bonnie did not have a goal last night, so it's his first of this season. This Castor with 2 last night, and Ian Hoover with 1 as well. Face off 1 here. 1 in Navy, a ricochet off the referee and die in the corner before it's sent back behind the net where Eisler will grab it, and then it's given up and now sent back out to the near point. Streeter with it, Streeter pushes it along, but it's given up there at the red circle and sent back out through center and down before it's backhanded along again, and then trying to send it deep into the Drexel zone with Navy, but he hits over his own players there, the Walden, and now it's a 2-on-1 development. A shot on goal, ricochets off the glove and into the net. And Ostrowski can't believe it. So he had himself a clear opening. Hoping to give his team an opportunity to rebound quickly to kill any momentum that the Drexel University team has had. Off on the near side, slipped along through traffic, seen all the way there by O'Brien. It's poked in the corner now over the far side. This one sent back behind the net, takes an awkward bounce off the boards, but Reddy was black and he'll kick it back over to the far side. This one dished along through traffic, skids across the blue paint, and into the near corner it goes. Both teams battling along. Markel with it. Markel pokes it ahead, but getting a stick on it there was Hoover. And he'll be checked off the puck, but he's trying to get it out of his feet. And it's finally sent along as both teams battle on the boards. 11:25 to go, 1-0 with Drexel on top as this one's pitchforked ahead. But it dies and then maybe able to get a handle on it again. Looking for an opening, sent towards the net. And stop the ball. Along the way, and we'll have a penalty. No, not into the box for interference, so a 2-minute power play for Drexel University. They were 0 for 5 last night on their power play, hoping to change it here, give up a 2-0 early in the game. Face off 1 and sent back out to the point. Gathering long and pushed ahead. Sent back out there to Berkman. Berkman holds, sends it over to the near side. It's flipped along through traffic by Castor, and he was trying to get somebody stick on it. Sent back out. This was set through traffic and just wide. And gathering along there's McGinley. McGinley sends it back out. 3 men in the back. This one through traffic and out over to the near side of Castor. Castor sends it across, but this one sent back out in center ice as Drexel was unable to keep that one in. Push it back up now with it was Sambuco. And then Sambuco tries to send it in deep, but it's deflected back out, and Castor has to play it back in his own end. So sent up through center. Castor has it over the far side. He's trying to slide in, and net comes dislodged. And we have extra pushing and shoving behind the net. Looked like for a split second the Drexel power play may have been over as referees are guiding the gentleman back. They say, just go back to your seat. All the day. This one's sent off the glass and all the way down. 1:08 left on this power play. It was a roughing minor. Drexel gathering, they're moving up to the far side, sent back out to center ice. It's eventually poked ahead and then danced in there by Jacobs. Knocked off on the far boards, checked that. It's Barrett. Both teams are battling along now. Jacobs is in the mix, so this one poked back out to the point. Drexel gathering there, sends it over to the near side of Kaczynski looks, sends it through traffic. The stick is loose, and then the Drexel players just let's pitchfork back out to center and down. Black sends it along now. This one gets back up into the air and trying to keep it in. The blue line was Jacobs, but it's sent back out to Black. Black just gives it along, and then it's sent back ahead. Barrett sends it in deep, dancing back behind the net now is Sambuco. Sambuco drops it off. This one sent through traffic, ricochets at our side, and then sent all the way back down. .9:07 to go. It's back with 5-on-5 hockey. 5 shots for Drexel University, 4 for the Naval Academy. And Drexel's power play now goes 0 for 6 to start the season. It was a game filled with goals and also penalty minutes last night. As the faceoff is back out to center ice. Faceoff won there by Navy. We'll talk about the penalties in a second as this one's dished in far and wide and then eventually into the crowd. "13 penalties in last night's game, and the Navy taking some of them, and they took 1, 2, 3 early in the game, 2 in the first period, 1 early in the second, but Drexel not able to capitalize on that, but they were only able to kill off 2 out of the 3, as Navy did go 1 for 5 on the power play last night. 8:38 to go here in this first period of play at the class of 1923 arena. This one's danced out through center. It's backhanded back into the Drexel end. The delayed offsides for Navy to touch up, and they've done so, and the puck back out through center. A 3-on-2 was forming, but it was slow going as Drexel's McGinley tries to send out a front through traffic, and then a backhander goes up and into the goaltender's glove. Drexel fans not happy about Markel sending the extra shove there late at the end. Fans down the front definitely letting the Navy here. Bang on the glass and in a little bit of trouble. 8:12 to go. 6 shots now for Drexel. Face off one by the Navy. And dancing out of danger and sending it out to center there with Spreeder. Navy with it over alongside. They just crossed the blue line. This one ricocheted up out of play and touches the netting with 8:01 to go. some momentum. Guys been back and forth so far. Drexel, though, does appear to have a slight upper hand here in the period as they win the face-off, bring it back beyond the net. It's backhanded along now by Hoover and set to the net and into the goal. That off the stick of Wallen as it was intercepted at the point, was pushed along through traffic, and it found his stick, and it now becomes a 1-1 game. Drexel's defenseman trying to clear it along. He got caught up at the point, pushed back towards the net and through traffic and off the stick of Wallen. And nothing O'Brien could do about that one is it was seen at the last second. And that'll tie the game up at 1, and it quickly goes into the Drexel bench. Face-off will send its way down. It did not ricochet along the way. Drexel last night's opening period had 17 shots on goal. It was just 6 for the United States Naval Academy. They were about even here. This one goes towards the net. They thought it was covered up, but it's loose. So that weird angle shot goes all the way across to the other side. It's got along a hard hit there. Dance to the blue paint and back along. It's Kaczynski with it. Kaczynski pushes it around the board, and then it's intercepted there by the Naval Academy, and they're able to pitch it back up and out and down. No icing was called here, as it did not go to full rink, says the linesman. And this one put back ahead to the other side. Trying to get there is Fisher. Fisher's able to deflect it along, but then it's given to the opposite number 10 of Jacobs before it's intercepted at the blue line. And then a weak shot gets onto the stick of Black before it's sent back out in the center ice. Powerful along the near boards now, just in front of the Drexel bench, but Drexel will poke along. Black still had a little bit more time. But Drexel was there and then trying to keep it in, or they was there and trying to keep it in with Marco. The dance back behind the net. Kaczynski whips it over to the other side. He'll poke it head off the board. He tries to go off on a change, and he's finally able to get to the bench. And now Navy will do the same. 6:33 to go. And it's opening period of play at the Steel Classic for Drexel University. This one banked off the glass and all the way down, and it will be an icing call. Navy looking to go up 2-1. They're on a short-handed side of, or on a power play rather this time. As Drexel finds themselves short-handed. This will go towards the net. It's left out in front. The rebound will finally get back up. It's covered with 4:07 to go, and Drexel pushing and shoving in front of the net. 4:07, 1:10 to go in the Navy power play. Drexel University scoring early in the game, going up 1-0, and then just a few minutes later, Navy able to come back and tie this one up at 1. They scored. They took 3 goals last night in the first period, but that was the only 3 that they were able to score the entire game. This one sent back out and poked the head along. Sent to the full length of the ice. No icing will be called as this one's over on the near side. Drexel trying to get a hold of it, but it's poked back out in the center ice and carried along there over to the blue line. Poke checked away there momentarily by Kozitsky, and then he's finally taken out of the play back beyond the net before Navy's able to get on the near side. Takes a shot, that one coming off the stick of Millen. Covered and held by O'Brien. Over to the left of the goaltender. It's in the skates there, and then finally given up and sent over to the far side by Marco. Marco gets it right back. He's looking for a hole. Sends it, but it's swinging all the way by O'Brien. Dalton held with 3:30 to go. Face-off one there by Navy. They sent it quickly over the net. It's a hard hit there. No call. The fans are looking for, but they're not going to get it. Going in now is Drexel, and almost a one-on-one with the goaltender at the store ahead, as this one will be all called offside. Store just unable to get that half a step ahead. Get that puck towards the net. Off one there by the Navy. They're going to move in with the left side. They try to center down in front, but Drexel is there and scores. Off of a defenseman's skate back onto the stick of Carl, and they'll push it into the back of the net and give the United States Navy a 2-1 lead with just 70 seconds left on that power play. So a power play goal for Navy. They were able to capitalize on one last night, but failed on their other 4 attempts. So far, they are 1 for 1 tonight. With 3:04 to go, Drexel finds themselves down by a goal. This one sent back out to the Drexel end, and then missed pass there by McGinley as Black was not expecting it. And it's pushed back over to the near side of Urbani. Urbani trying to poke her along, but the Navy giving them a little bit of trouble before McGinley's able to get his stick in there, but he just sends it back out to the other side to the man in blue. Moving up with it now, trying to get a 3-on-2 developing, but it's too late, and then checked off the puck there. Was Drexel University as Navy were able to put it back out and then up through center ice it goes. Ball over to the near sides now to Reed. Reed trying to dance around your bunny, and Reed awkwardly goes into the board, goes Reed, and then it's a battle along the board for the puck. So over at the far side now. Gathering with it is Black, and then it'll be pitchforked ahead and then sent all the way down by rear Bonnie, and then trying to get a hold of his Navy and poke it back out, but Drexel in a little trouble at the blue line. Launching out through center to 2-on-2, and then eventually sent into far corner and out over the far boards. It's poked ahead now. Corner and then sent through center and down. Gathering with the puck there is Hoover. And Hoover pushed it in on the blue paint. They was trying to cover was the goaltender. But then it was pushed up into the near board as he decided to hold. And then eventually release it. And banked off the glass. Sends it in deep, just up to the goaltender. They try to get it back out, but Navy's there. This is going to send the full length of the ice and down to the final 55 seconds of play as that one just died right before the red line. Navy moving it with it, but they checked off hard the blue line, but able to gather and backhand it towards the net was Cunningham with 42 seconds to go. Extra personal seven, Cunningham standing all by himself. Remainder of his team is getting off on the chain. 42 seconds, a power play for the Navy to end the period as a roughing call there at the end. That one is going to be called on Zambuco. As this puck's out through center and down back behind the net. 25 seconds go here in the first period. Navy up 2-1. Drexel able to score early. But Navy coming right back to tie it up, and now just taking the lead late in the period. 15 seconds as they side out was Adams, and he gets back up, takes the puck, sends it towards the net. That ricochets to the blue paint and wide. Down to the final 5 seconds to go. This one is eventually took it back behind the net before the buzzer sounds. So that's the end of this first period of play. It is Drexel University down 2-1. second period. Just about ready to begin the second period of play. Drexel University will start short-handed as the Navy is still on a power play with 1:18 to go. It was a roughing call against Sambuco that sent him to the box. Back out in center ice. And just about ready to get started, and Navy will win the face-off to start this second period of play. He'll take it back behind the net. It'll be Ostrowski with it. He's going to try to allow his team to set up, but then he skates the puck and will have to dance back just a bit more. Moving up with it now on the far side is Powers. Powers stalling out in the middle and sends it over to the far boards, and then pushing it in and deep is Leon before it's knocked back out in the center by Drexel again. Drexel went scoreless in their first period of play last night. It was the only goals for Navy in their contest, as this one's back behind the net and dropped off in the far corner. Poked back behind again, but waiting for it there was Black, as he'll just ring it up the glass and down. And there'll be 25 seconds left on the man advantage. So danced all the way across, ricochets off the board. With this far side, and poke just ahead before it's backhanded, hoping that somebody would be there. But Black's out to get it, and he'll push it back behind the board again, but then it's kept in. And then fading on the shot there was Carl, which will allow McKinley to move up with it. McKinley pokes ahead, back behind. As his team will go off on a change, the man advantage is over, 18:35 to go. So this is the 45th year for this Drexel hockey team, and to start this 45th year they have some new jerseys, and they're looking to just push hard throughout the season, get as many wins as they can, and see where it takes them later in the end. As this one's poked ahead, back to the new board, and not hacking them off the puck there was Harris, sent back out and trying to get a deflection was Hoover, but he could not get that one off of Harris. An offside is called. Washington, Aaron, and Cho had the only goals for Navy last night in their contest against Drexel University. All of those goals coming in the first period of play. It was not until the second when Drexel finally got themselves on the board, and it was the third that they made a nice comeback. This one did not touch anything in the bench, as the referee is gathering along there before it's pushed back out, but then leaping high in the air is the Naval Academy, and then sent back to Fisher in his own end. One kept in and then sent out as it was a delayed offside, as Kaczynski was having problems getting out of his zone. Drexel has in their own end to move up with it through center ice, pass it across, but it's on the heels of Jacobs, but then eventually gathered there by Black, set towards the net, the net is off, the puck went wide, and it's 7:15 to go here in the second period of play. It was Castora in the second, scoring for Drexel University, and then Harris, Hoover, and then Castora again in the third. This one trying to send back down in center ice, but it's off the skates of Barrett, but then he had trouble finding it, which allows the Navy to gather, but then it's poked away by Eisler at the blue line, but then eventually given back up out through center ice. This was chopped along. Drexel trying to get there, but it is Carl beating them to the pocket. He'll dish along to the near side after taking a hard hit. And it's back out in the center ice and over, but unable to hold on to that one was Rakovic. So had to kick it into the corner and look for some reinforcements. This one out in the blue paint, the goalie unable to hold on. Now O'Brien does with 16:26 to go. So going into the 19th minute of the game last night, it was still the Navy on top 3-2. Pastora scored, Harris scored early on in the third, and then Hoover scored 19:19 to go. So it was just a few seconds left in the game before Pastora was able to score again with 19:44 that would eventually take the Drexel team to victory. And it was in 1934, or 36 rather, when something similar happened. Ken Doherty, who was playing for the Maple Leafs, would score a hat trick in overtime before it was sudden death. He just played on until the end of the 10-minute regulation, and he would score 3 goals that would take his team to victory at the end, and that would forever leave him in the NHL record books as the rules would change not long after. This one sent towards goal, and it's held there by O'Brien again. A little extra talking at the end, no pushing and shoving this time. It's a physical first period, both teams in each other's face. Face-off is won there by Drexel University. Maybe able to give them a little bit of a load. They sent back down in front and deflected off the goaltender wide into the corner. Laying on top of the puck there was Navy as they were pushed from behind. And Drexel moving up with it. It's along the near boards now, trying to stick at Harris. Harris just lets the puck go slightly too out of him, and then unaware that the puck was there was Black. Here comes a shot that goes high and wide off the stick of Schowski, and a play penalty is going to be called. And this one against Drexel University. And it's tripping. In this case there is Birkin. I'll get a tripping call with 15:35 to go. He said, look, I was playing the puck. He tripped over my stick, and that really should be the end of that one. Other Drexel teammates couldn't rest him. A bit of a talking to as well with the referees. It's at 17 shots for Navy, 8 for Drexel University. It was practically even in that first period of play. Faceoff is tied up, but it's eventually Navy that comes out with it. They're looking for traffic. They send it there, but it's kicked off the skate and into the corner it goes. Pushed back along there by Powers. Powers, though, unable to get it as Black comes up with it as he moves out through center ice. He pushes it into the Navy zone. He gets a shot that goes all the way to the blue paint and wide. He did have Sprung on that far side. Navy back with it. And that far end, but he'll be knocked off the puck before it's scattered again. We're calling for it back out the point, but sliding across the blue paint and fanning on the shot there. There was a wide open net was Adams, and this one sent all the way back down with 1:15 to go on the power play. Strowski has it. He'll casually give his team some time. It's passed to the near side of Rakovic. Rakovic trying to get back. Drexel able to send it the full length of the ice and down. Just under a minute to go in the power play in 14:30 here in the second period of play. Moving up with it through center now is Markle. Markle takes it in himself as the other recruitment's at the blue line, and that could be a mistake because this one was nearly poked ahead and out of his end by Kositsky, but then it's sent deep into the end and then backing along by Urbani, but then kept in at that far point. This was set towards the net off the glove, but that was a hard save to make as it ricocheted along the way in. And eventually sent back behind the net over to the far point, now to the near side. They're trying to get it down into the middle, trying to get a clear shot to the net, but it's kicked along and brought back out again. Eventually it'll go, but ricochets into the corner. This one sent back out. Markle able to keep it in. Markle sent it in intentionally wide. They're going to give his team to get there. And Drexel able to move up with it. And it is Kaczynski with it. Kaczynski! And it's a save as he's able to dance in just ahead of the defenseman and able to hold Schmidt with 13:28 to go just as that power play ended. Face up on the near side, won by Drexel. They send it in intentionally wide. They try to get rid of it. That one coming off the stick to McGinley. Went for the angle shot and found its way to the back of the net. It's a tie game at 2. 13:21 to go, and Drexel University has tied it up at 2. Just like last night, they found themselves down going into the second period of play, but they were able to come back just about halfway through. A hard hit out there at center, and that sent this arena. Drexel moving up with it now. It's Berkman with a delayed penalty call. This one going to be against Navy. Moving in with it is McGinley. He just has the tying goal. He gives up. This one's poked ahead and diving out of the net there and covering with Schmidt. And then another late hit at the end by the Naval Academy that will bring both sides together. Physical game here at the end, and it appears it will be 2 players going to the box. The Naval Academy. We have a tripping call, and we have a slashing call, so it will be a 2-man advantage for Drexel University. They went 0 for 5 yesterday. 0 for 6 if you count today's penalty as well, and they are looking to capitalize on this power play. Tied it up right now. They would love to go up by 1. They're just 8 shots behind the Naval Academy at this point, 18-10. And right now, momentum is on their side. But the one thing that you have to watch going into a power play is that you don't become too aggressive. The Naval Academy, they're going to try to get you to take that penalty any way they can. And right now, Drexel University just needs to play clean hockey. And if they do so, they can easily go up by 1. McGinley will take the face-off. He has the tying goal here in the second period. Face-off won there by McGinley. It's sent back to Castor. Castor looking. He'll send it to the cross. It's gathered, it's held, set back to him, and he slapper off the pad into the corner, and this one sent out through center ice and down. Walk over at the far side, it's on the stick of McGinley. McGinley dances in. He's looking back in across, but will spin away from danger, sent across to Castor. Castor sends it towards the net, but it ricochets off the leg of Markle and into the corner. Castor gets it right back. Out sent to the weird angle shot that they had success early in the period, but they left out in the blue paint and set down. 1:19 to go left on the 2-man advantage here for Drexel University in the second period of play. This one intercepted and sent the length of the ice again. Sent over to the near side. Castor with it. Castor trying to dance it into the corner. He's going to just poke it back behind the net. It does hit off the back of the net, so it didn't get all the way around, and now it's back out to the other side. There's Black with it. Blacks into the cross, trying to get the weird angle. Gets back, gets it back, and it's off the post and left back out. And then eventually goes into the Navy bench. Black smacks that one off the post. They back out in the blue paint. And Navy just trying to get rid of it, clears it, and it ricochets into their own bench. 2-2, almost a 3-2 game there. 11:37 to go here in the second period of play. 39 seconds for the two-man advantage. Face off on there by Drexel. They're keeping it at the blue line. They're looking. They send it off to the far circle. They send it back down into the middle. This one kicked aside. Rebound back off the play. Let's go! It was Black with the weird angle shot. It went off the post again. Kaczynski gets it on the far side, pokes it into the back, and it is a 3-2 game. Drexel University, the momentum going their way. They're looking to keep it that way. So one penalty will be over. The other one will still go on for 26 seconds. I'm just waiting for them to adjust the clock. So staying in the box for now will be Fisher. Receiver sent on the slashing call. Drexel back with it in their own end. They're trying to dance out the danger, hoping to get out by one more with 18 seconds to go. It is on the stick of Birkin. Birkin sends it all the way across there to McGinley. McGinley stops and then sends it back out to the point. Sent back in deep, and then over to the near side. 6 seconds to go, and Navy is trying to kill this power play, and they are able to. So they go just one on the two-man advantage, and they're trying to get it back, and then the whistle's blown. Whistle back behind the play. We're waiting for the call by the referee. It could possibly be too many men on the ice. Conversation on the bench over the far side. Drexel scored early in the first period. They took that lead within about 4 or 5 minutes before Navy came back to tie it up at 1. A series of goals there for Navy. They were to score another one in the first to go up 2-1. And Drexel able to come back here in the second period of play to go up by 2. We're still waiting for the call. Conversation here. Not sure what it's about. Maybe they got the ball wrong, thinking that there was too many men out there, but as the power play ended, over. The 5-on-5, we'll try to get a little bit of information on what that was for you as Navy gains control out through center. It's poked away there though by McGinley, and McGinley dancing out of danger sends it over to the far side, and then it will be passed along up through center and down into Schmidt's glove as he'll cover and hold with 10:27 to go. Seven penalties last night that went against the Navy, 6 that went against Drexel, and each of them have had themselves a share again here tonight. This one goes right in on net, that one off the stick of Pasteur. And it's brought back out through center and then eventually poked ahead and skittered along back behind the net. Black will try to poke it along and it'll be try to be sent back to him, but he drops the stick in the meantime. So Gimli comes in, but then it's eventually back onto the stick of Black. Black moving up with it, it's a 2-on-2 developing. The defense coming back now. They're trying to get this weird angle across. It goes off the goaltender. It does not touch the netting because it just pops in the air. And it's played along ahead now by Moore and Max. Pasteur with it, will send it over to the near side, and then it's eventually poked ahead, but Urbani's pass was blocked, and then from Pitchford back out to center ice. A delayed offside will force Navy to touch up, and then this one sent deep in by Sambuco as he went off on the change. And then stayed back out there and doing ball back around that, and we have a penalty. The holding call. A lot of action going on back down the net. Who's this holding call going to be on? And it will go against the Navy. So pleading his case is Reed as he's escorted to the box, and Drexel did it once, they're looking to do it again. And he had a goal here on the power play. Up by 1 right now at 9:12 left. Here in the second period of play is 3-2. Jacobson in the face-off circle for Drexel. He'll win the face-off. And poking it along there. Lazine takes a hard hit into the boards there to poke it in the right. And Drexel with it. They send it back out to the blue paint, but Lazine's stick was wrapped up and was not able to poke it through. This one sent back out. A ricochet shot. It's blocked aside and it wobbled a little, but it stays on its marks. Sent through the blue paint. This one back out to the blue line. Holding it there is Birkin. Birkin sends it in. It's kicked off the patch on the far side. A slap shot. There's a wave that and missed there by Black. And it's going to go into the ice into the goaltender though. And then brought back up now the other way. Zitsky sends it across. He tries to get it back on his stick, but he's just going to poke it ahead before Navy's able to knock it back down. 8:10 to go, 55 seconds left on this man advantage for Drexel University as they hold the lead right now 3-2. Some dropping back off. Moving out with it there is Birkin. Birkin dances through traffic as it knocked off his stick. It's cut it at the point. Oh no, but now we have Navy coming back the other way. It's just him in the goaltender. A shot that's kicked this side. An easy save there. As Cunningham's shot would not go. This one brought back up. It is left down in front. Dancing out. Score! Play goal for Harrison. Drexel goes on top 4-2. After this spectacular save there by O'Brien, if it was just him and the defenseman. Drexel able to come back and maybe leave the puck out in the open, but it's able to go back into the net to give them the 4-2 lead. They're not done yet, though. This one poked deep into the zone, taken down was Genovese. No call made as this one's poked over to the far side, and giving chase there is Barrett. Barrett tries to backhand it along. You fear the fans originally, and then it's eventually set off to the near side. Black gathers back out through center, sends it across to the far point, and it's finally distant across the blue line. Drexel sends one, but it's blocked down in front. That one coming off the stick there with Barrett, and then poked to the far side, back behind the net it goes with 7:02 to go here in the second period of play. 19 shots for Navy, 17 for Drexel University, and this one poked back down in center. It is on to the stick now, Rockowitz, and Rockowitz is on kicked off the puck as Black's able to grab it, and there's a nice play by his defenseman. Back out through center, he dances around a few players, has it at that far circle, he's trying to center it there, unable to get it out in the front there to Genovese as that one was put back behind the net, and Navy moving up with it. Navy has it at the far side, and their back half will go off on a change, so it's just 2 men in the zone, they're able to get fully Cooch out, but not before Drexel University is able to poke it back out through center. Gathering with it, there's McKinley. McKinley has it. He had a weird angle shot that finally trying to back in the net before he's poked off the play. Fans in the crowd, the refs in the crowd looking for a ball, but they didn't get it. This one's dished out further. That's a ball to the near side. A ricochet shot goes in and picked this side, and then we will see O'Brien cover with 5:55 to go. Pesos was held up there for momentarily, and it's Balfour along the boards, was and then in yellow and white able to poke it ahead. Have to find its way around the boards over the other side, but delayed offsides call, as they say, Pastoral went in just ahead of the play. So pitchfork out through center ice. Giving chase there's Storer. Oh, get it back to there, and this one goes through the plane, and then eventually net comes dislodged, and it was kicked off by the goaltender, and it took a few moments for the referee to realize. They rid it out through center now as they go in to the right side of the net. They're looking for that angle shot that was successful for Drexel, but it was blocked out and kicked back into the corner. This one brought back down in the center corner from the ice. Now Drexel with it, 2-on-1 developing, but it passed. But tried to go across Sambuco was blocked by the Navy defense. Pushed along there now by Carl, and then the puck comes all the way out. A nice hit back behind the play. Trying to backhand it in center, it was Drexel. And this one put back out to center ice. The referee and the linesman have to jump up and out of the way. So kicked along and back now, and a whistle is blown as we will see an icing call. 4:23 to go. Drexel up 4-2. 20 shots for the Navy, 17 for Drexel. This one blocked out as the Navy tried to get a shot back towards the net. And it's tied up in the corner, but eventually pokes its way out, and this one skitters through and waiting for the call. Extra close was selling at the end there. As Ostrowski took a hold at the goaltender while he had it covered. Then you see Cho going on both parts of this. He skates out of the crowd, and that's that. to play smart hockey here to later the second period. Navy looking to get them to catch a penalty that could possibly allow them to at least get one goal closer, if not make them take a 5-minute or 10-minute call that could allow them to tie it up. Seven to go to face off. Back down to the Navy end, but coming up with it is Black as he'll throw this one out in the center ice, but then it's kept in and pushed along and sent towards the net before ricocheting up, and then fanning on a shot there was the Navy defense, and now this one goes in wide to the goaltender and over to the far side. This one ricochets off the glass back behind the net, but it's an easy play there as it's poked back out through center. Generasi had it. He poked it along, trying to go towards the net to get on a stick of Barrett there. Drexel was just poked aside. This one sent back behind the net. It's on the stick of Design. Design goes along, sent back out in center to Generation. This one poked in towards the goaltender, but then kicked aside. Penalty is going to be called. This one is on the Navy. This one sent towards the net. Held with 3:17 to go. 3:17 here. 21 shots for Navy, 19 for Drexel. We're going back on the power play. As we'll have a slashing call. That slashing call coming on the goaltender, so it'll just be Randall Mann sending out for Navy. This shot comes off the pad and then off the post and into the corner. This shot ricocheting, that one off the stick of Sambuco. Sambuco trying to get it on the stick of Harris, which was hoping to find it back in the net, but it just kicks aside. 2:55 to go here in the second period play. 1:35 on the power play. This one kicked into the far corner again. And eventually dancing out of danger, set back out to the point, but unable to get a stick on his Castor. And it's sent back down. 21 shots for Navy, now just 20 for Drexel. So they're about even again. Harris has it on his stick. He sends back out to the near point. It's eventually sent over to the far side and then wrapped around the boards back behind the net onto the stick of McGinley, who loses it. And then it's kept aimed over at the far side. Nice play there by Black. He's in some danger, so we'll get it back off to Castor. Castor sent it through traffic. It's left out in the blue paint, but it would not go. Castor with it. He's looking. He has it poked away from him. Sambuco goes and retrieves it, sends it into the far corner, and asks for it right back, and he gets it. This one sent over to Castor. Castor looks. He sends it towards the net, and it's off the shoulder over to Crossbar, and the rebound left out in front, and eventually covered the one. A very physical game here in the second period of play. 29 seconds left on the man advantage. Looks like we have another penalty call. They're sending Wallstrom to the box. We had a goal last night, but the Kent votes will be quiet here tonight. Long conversation. Right now there was 4 men out there for Drexel. Now there's 5. just changed. The Drexel will carry this power play in the final period as they take this shot that goes off the glass. Drexel trying to get some organization going here as this one eventually is poked back out in the center. And kept along looking for a penalty was Rakovic, and eventually doesn't get it. And they say interference call. So that'll kill the 2-man advantage, but there's only 5 seconds left on that one anyway. So it will be a 5-on-3 driver. .122 to go here in this second period of play. Face off one over there by Drexel. They're going back. It's a 3-on-1. They're going towards that. Send it across, and the shot at the score goes wide. And then the net comes dislodged. The puck was loose. The referee blows his whistle and says that it's still out in front with 1:12 to go. .427 left on the 5-minute major. 151 for Drexel. It'll be a 4-on-4 until the remainder of the period. 1:05 to go here. Down to the final minute of play here in the second period. It's all Navy with it back behind the net now as they're poking along. It's on the stick of Marco. Marco looks it up to Ostrowski, and then Ostrowski takes it out through center and down. Ostrowski pokes ahead and chases. Will gather in the corner. Will backhand towards the near boards, and then eventually take it back behind the net with 39 seconds to go. This one sent over to the far side, back out to the far point, going right back ball over to the near point now, and then this one ricocheted into the corner off of the deflecting stick to McGinley. Here comes the wraparound that hits the back of the Drexel player, and eventually finds its way on the Costura's stick. Before Costura sent it to the near side with 20 seconds to go here in the second period of play. So back out now, so it's sent down and then ricocheted at the blue line by Drexel deep into the Navy end with 10 seconds to go in the second period. 23 shots for Drexel, 22 from Navy. Drexel takes the lead here in the second as we wind down to the final 3 seconds. This one shot and held as the buzzer sound. 23 shots inside as we head into the final period of play. Drexel will be have a third man in the box for 39 more seconds, and then they'll eventually go on a power play. back here. Start the third period of play. It is 4-2 with Drexel on top. On 4 for another 30 seconds as both teams took a penalty late in the half of the second rather. It's back behind the net there with the Naval. No call though. There's some gutter near side, lot going on into the goal crease, and the goaltender looking for some kind of call, but he left it as it's sent back down. Drexel with all the momentum there in that second period of play. It was on the stick of Marco now. Marco passes it along, and he backhands it. Chavez eventually going down with their own. And now Drexel moving up with it the other way. It is on the stick of Birkin. Birkin stops, looking. Backhands it along now to Castor, and then Castor takes an angle shot that's easily held there by the goaltender with 18:47 to go. So a 2-minute and 2-second man advantage for Drexel University, as it was a 5-minute penalty for Naval Academy and serving. That penalty is a Wallstrom, as that penalty was on the goaltender. At the far side, rather than the near side now, Castor sends it back out in front, and this one ricochets just wide back behind the net. That went off the stick of Sambuca. 25 shots in Naval Academy, 24 for Drexel University. As this one's poked along over at the far board, holding it there is Harris. Harris trying to get it back out to the point, but it's going to go all the way back down to O'Brien, who will pass it up. So on the stick now is Sambuca. Sambuca passes it along now to Castor. Castor passes it back out in front of the net, but just a little too far ahead there for McKinley. And this one back down over the stick of O'Brien, and then poked along there out to center, and then eventually into the Naval end. Backhand along, center down in the blue paint, go back out, and come down. 17:45 to go here. Another backhander puck in the Drexel end. Kicked on the near side. Along the near boards it goes. Black with it now. As he'll settle back behind his own net. Moving up with it, then he passes it along now to Barrett. Barrett takes it back behind his net, goes all over the far side as Black comes off on the change. Barrett has it poked away from him at the red line, and the Naval Academy moving up with it the other way, but then it's quickly poked away there by Kozitsky, and back out to center and down. Gathering there is Jacobs. Jacobs sends a shot in, but it's blocked out on the skate of Barrett and will not go. So back into the far corner. And ball on the near side, currently just about to end here with 2 seconds to go, and we're now on 5-on-5. Naval has it, it's right there, the goaltender, and he's blocked it with the net, and it's eventually knocked off his mark, and 16:38 to go here in its final period of play. Goaltender injured on that play, so the trainer will go out. Shane O'Brien back up on his feet. Hard to come out of this game though, and Ryan Osorino will come in. The freshman coming in at 6'1". Those backup goaltenders for this Drexel University team are freshmen. Osorino comes in with 16:38 to play here in this final period, and his team up by 2. So one there by the Navy, and they take a quick shot that's going to go wide and then put back ahead. And the taking down is Giovanni takes a player down to the whistle blown with 16:27 goes. We have a helmet off. Naval Academy looking for some type of call. Not going to get it. No goals so far here in this third period. Play Drexel came out strong in the second. Able to score 3. Face off here just at the blue line, won by Drexel University as they have it on the far side and send it all the way into the Naval corner. Goes back and taken down there is Castilla. Sticks go flying. And then now we see Maltua with the whistle, send it back down in the center before Drexel put it back in. Drexel got it, there's McKinley with it. McKinley passes it back, the shot just goes wide off the stick of Harris. For the play. Harris trying to get there now. It's at the blue line, eventually sent it over to the far side. Naval Academy looking a little sloppy with 15:43 to go. Store with it. He pitchforks it out through center. It falls, and Sambuca able to find him and poke it into the corner. Sambuca needs some help as it's a pitchfork near board sent over to the far side. Unable to gain control as Drexel with Naval kind of moves back the other way, and we see Osorino take that one back behind the net. 25 shots for Drexel, 26 for the Naval Academy. Navy has it. Over to the far side. It's just saying in, but the save's off the post. Drexel player falling down in the blue paint in the meantime. Another slap shot is blocked out in front of that one by Eisler before it's eventually set back in and the ricochet shot goes wide. 14:48 to go. 27 shots now for the Naval Academy. This will push up into the boards, poked back behind the net. Take the long, sent up out through center ice, and sent back in. This one ladled out through center, and then sent back in deep, and falling there, Sambuca. No call, several players are went down. Both sides 1-1, neither are going to get it. Naval Academy and fading on the shot as is Charles, as this one is into the near corner along the near boards now. Both teams looking to get a change, but unable to do so at the current moment. This one sent in deep, and Naval Academy will have not to change as it's on the Drexel stick and then ladled out through center and down. Getting chased there is Markel. Markel looked back to see this player's a change, and they are, so he'll circle back and send it over to the near boards. The change for the Naval Academy is finished, and they're moving up ever so slightly, and it's finally on the stick there to Powers. Powers drops it off now to Ostrowski, and that one is going to ricochet high into the net, and therefore is a stoppage of play with 13:41 to go here in the final period of play. Off one there by Drexel University. Some pitchfork out through center, and Naval Academy just sends it right back in. And Osorino puts his stick down, will block it. Trying to clear his Drexel, although unable to do so. Here comes his shot that's blocked out. Back on his stick, fanning. There was Miller net, and then it's back behind the net, and then eventually poked back out through the near boards. Left in at the blue line. Go deep into the Drexel end. In the far corner, a couple falling players out on the ice, but the puck's still loose. Back out to the far point. Bringing it in now and sending it wide is now to and the puck will remain over the far boards. Drexel able to keep it out to center. And they were trying to keep it in. They almost had too many men on the ice. That one was really slow. And they're throwing over 12 and hold the charge 39 to go. Naval kind of someone towards the net. It deflects off the stick. It goes into the corner and then back out to the point. But then Drexel is going to stick on and poke it at Hay. This one's sent in. It's wide in the net. Grabbed back behind and sent out to the other side there by Black. And then a hard hit was there, but able to stay on his feet there as well. Both teams trying to get a handle on it. Naval Academy with it. They're looking for an open hole. They send it all the way across, protected with his skate, and send it back out. They just kept it at the blue line. Almost popped out as this one sent in high and wide. This one they're running near the side. Reed sent it in high and wide to try to set something up. Here goes another one through traffic, but it skitters all the way through there off the stick of Fisher. 11:46 to go, pipe back up. Naval Academy grabs it, throws it back down on the ice, and then battle along forward in the corner again. This one's down on the stick of Fisher, back out in front. His shot doesn't go all the way through as it's blocked. They'll gather over near boards and poke it along. Puck comes loose and then ladled out from center and down by Drexel as they'll go off with a quick change. Naval Academy able to capitalize, they're able to do so. Just 3-on-1, the shot high and wide off the glass. Moving up with it now, 2-on-1 for Drexel. They try to slide it across. The defense was back down. The rebound and that was Jacobs pokes it home and make it 5-2. As it was left down in front once and then twice. Jacobs able to poke it home on his second attempt. Face-off won here by Drexel University. They have a 5-2 lead with 11 minutes to go here in the final period of play. They won last night against Navy, scoring late in the third period. Drexel pressuring again. This one deflects in wide and then played along the near boards. Black tries to center out up front. The weak shot does come off, and that will be a 27th for Drexel University. Extra pushing and shoving back behind the net. Navy out with it now through center ice, and they'll take it in. They'll get a shot off from far away that's easily kicked aside. Gloves and sticks fall off of the Navy player. He wants a call. He doesn't get it. And that is Penka out there, Andrew Penka. Not heard much from him tonight as Black loses his footing a little bit, but he's able to get it out through center before it's kicked back in. Urbani now back behind the net with 10:10 to go. Puck just kind of goes all the way through and down, not touching many of the players along the way. And now Navy with it. Navy battling out through center, doesn't make its way into Drexel's end. Here's Penka with it over the far side before it's ladled back out through center. Drexel's able to get there. It's Castor with it. Castor has McGinley with him. Castor takes it back, tries to send it all the way across. It's just a little too hard to deflect off the stick of Harris, but back on the stick of McGinley. McGinley gives it back to Harris. He pokes it back out in front, tries to give it to Castor, but the defense in black was there, and it is Mitchell able to poke it away. This was sent all the way across. It ricochets out in the center course of the ice, and now down and in, back behind Drexel's own net. There's Birkin with it. And Birkin sends this one down and wide. It deflected along the way off of a Naval player, so no icing call at just about halfway through this final period of play. Drexel 5-2, 29 shots for the Naval Academy, 27 for Drexel University. Poked ahead. Left out center to cross, back in the shot, it stays out, it's back behind the net, whistle blown. That's the net. That was off its mark. Off to the left of the goaltender, 29 shots for Navy, 28 for Drexel. Now they are going to call the time out. Great performance by Drexel University tonight. They're keeping up the pressure, they're making it physical, and they're playing smart hockey. Naval Academy looking to try and get Drexel to take a couple bad penalties, but in doing so, they took a few of their own. And Drexel was able to capitalize on that as they take a 3-goal lead in the final 8 minutes and 45 seconds to play. Sereno came in this final period after O'Brien was shoved into the net awkward. They will skate off on his own, so hopefully it's just precautionary for the senior. 8:47 to go. Navy trying to come up with a plan late here in the game. They're looking for some last-minute heroics from their players that Drexel was able to find last night. This puck sent ahead is on the stick of Eisler. Eisler sends it along. It's on the stick now. Sambuco. Sambuco sends it. It's kicked aside there off the pad of Schmidt. Academy with it, they move up with it now. It was Markel who poked it along, and now it's Rosalino holding it back behind his own net before it's dressed up the far boards. Gathering now, Sambuco, he sends it high and wide, ricochets off the glass, he'll take a hit in doing so, and he'll come off for a change. Naval Academy back behind Drexel's net with it. They bring it up to the near board. They're checked off the puck, and it gets onto the stick of Urbani, and he tries to poke it ahead. Tied up there with Wallen. And it's sent deep into Drexel. And Drexel just playing a dump-a-catch game, and that one almost went in off the ricochet. Few faint shots there. And then Naval Academy will poke that out of the way. Drexel not necessarily trying to get his shot off, but they were able to do so. Drexel back out in center. Drexel has in. Ricochet across the blue line, center to the far side. This one off the boards and down. 7:05 icing call. 7:04 to go in this final period of play. Face-off one there. This one takes his shot in. That's held. 7 minutes to go. 29 shots aside for each team. It's been a physical game. A lot of pushing and shoving, a lot of action. The face-off on the near side is one there. Here comes a shot that is blocked down in front and allows the Naval Academy to move the other way. They had a 3-on-2 developing, but then they'll go off on a change. They do get a backhand shot off, but it's weak and kicked away. So set back down in center and down, and back behind the net. There goes Fisher to gather. Fisher had himself a goal. He also had himself a penalty tonight. We're moving up here. Here comes the shot, and there's Serena will cover with 6:26 to go. And this game filled with penalties, maybe not a whole lot, or not nearly as many as Chris Nyland, who played for the Rangers and Williams during his NHL career, may have had. 3,043 penalty minutes to be exact, as Drexel comes up with the play. And this puck sent all the way back down. Nyland would play in one game in 1991 where he would get penalized 10 different times. He gets 6 minors, 2 majors, 1 misconduct, and then eventually 1 game misconduct. And when it was time for the Bruins to build a new stadium, well, he decided to purchase the penalty box, the one that he found himself in quite often during his time as an NHL player. One there by the Naval Academy. Drexel trying to get it out of danger. It's into their near corner. Throw it back out to the point center to the far side now. Push back up into the corner, hoping for somebody there was Roland, and then it's back behind the net and then send it to the far side. Extra pushing and shoving back behind the net now. And Drexel trying to get there. It's sent over to the near side rather than Markle, and then eventually lobbed the head back behind the net and gathering with it over the far side. And this one sent all the way back down. It's Kozitsky with it. Kozitsky into the near corner. He's giving up. It's not giving up, but he's giving up the puck rather. With 5:05 to go here in the final period of play. The Naval Academy with it. This one ricochets wide and rolling in the near boards. Drexel up 5-2. Navy has already used their timeout. He hit on the short boards there against Joe, and he'll get back off and skate back into the play as this one's eventually sent in to the Drexel bench. .444 to go. Face-off one there by Drexel. The banks off the glass and a one-on-one developing, but he was just taken off the puck there, and that was Genovese. Almost another attempt for Drexel to make it 6-2. He's taken off. This one stays in at the blue line, and it's just pitchforked ahead by Lazine. So ball back down in center by the Naval Academy. It's on the stick of Reed. Reed pokes it along. He has it into the far corner now with 4:08 to go in the final period of play here at the class of 1923 arena and the Steel Castle for Drexel University, in addition to their 45th year. All sides called. So one here by the Naval Academy. They're down by 3. Drexel had late night heroics last night against the Navy. The Navy looking to return the justice. Sent back out in front of them, eventually poked across. Sent back behind the net down to the near side. Carried along, another physical contest going, and no icing because this one deflects along the way down. Poked along, this one sent it off the stick of Markle, left out in front there to Anna, but he can get it home. Back behind the net, the Navy goes on the stick of Rockowitz. Rockowitz sends it back out to the point. This one flip that, kick this side. Rebound left there, but no Sereno able to kick it away. And set through traffic, there is a Naval player down. There's Rockowitz. Send it over to the near board. They're trying to get it back down in the front. Let's go back behind the net to the other side. Send it over to the far point now. This one goes through and goes wide as they were looking for another deflection. Another 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go. This one flipped ahead, but then eventually kicked out in the center ice. Send it to the far side and down. Delayed all sides, and they do touch up with 2:15 to go. So they'll get right back on the Navy. And save there by Sereno. That one came off to stick down the Sereno and and they're seeing it right there to block the hole. The blue line and eventually put back in behind the net. So sent all the way down. It did not go on a deflection, so icing will be called. Off one there by Naval Academy. They send one towards the net to traffic and hell with 1:45 to go. They up on the far side there, one by Navy. They send one towards the net, but it's blocked out in the front. And then eventually sent back out to that far circle and off the glass and around. Gathering there is Carl. Carl taking it back behind his own net. We're down to the final 90 seconds to play. This puck trying to get a weird angle shot there with the Navy. It's blocked aside and then eventually poke checked out of the way. This one scooped out through center. Gathering and bringing it back there is Fisher. Fisher holds along and then passes over to the far side. This one dished in back into Drexel's end with 1:10 to go. They try to get a shot off, does Navy, but it's poked aside and just out of the reach and knocked out through center. No icing call. Down to the final minute of play here in the third period. Drexel 5-2, a physical game. And a great game for them. They scored early, but the Navy came right back to tie it up in 5 minutes, and then they came back to score again to take a 2-1 lead going into the second period of play. And just like last night for the Navy, they were only able to score in the first period and have been silenced by this Drexel University team throughout the second and third periods of play. This one sent ahead. 24 seconds to go. Drexel just trying to play a little bit of keep away here. Pull back behind the net, over to the far side. 13 seconds to go. Navy's moving out with it. Down to the final 9. It's just wrapped around the boards on the near side. Holding on to it there is Rockowitz. Rockowitz sent it out to the center and out of the complete. Drexel University wins the final score of 5-2. And they take 2 games back to back against this Naval team. Thank you for joining us here at the Class of 1923 Arena. Dan Connor, the call, Keegan behind your camera. Have a good night.